Morning, Anambra State Deputy Governor Ibezim asks waste contractors to stick to government's directives. Anambra State government seeks partnership with a Bank of Industry on youth empowerment program. Nigeria immigration says data passport application must tally with NIN. Ghana becomes first country to approve new malaria vaccine. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround, maintenance of the Anambra State economy and the promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Chidimma Orangwa. Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, has asked the paid direct waste contractors in the state to work in line with government's directives and improve on their services to help in the actualization of the cleanliness agenda of the Professor Chukwuma Soludo-led administration. Deputy Governor Ibezim gave the instruction when he had a meeting with the paid direct waste contractors at a government house in Oka. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Dr. Ibezim, who re-emphasized that the present government of Professor Soludo is targeting at making Anambra State the cleanest and healthiest state in Nigeria, encouraged the contractors to partner the state government to achieve the vision. Deputy Governor Ibezim warned people of the state against anti-environmental practices, reminding them that the cleanliness project is a collective responsibility.
Into I Bazi first. I achieve first the evening. I need logo, Mr. Governor, logo. Idiocha, cleanliness next to godliness. So I'll cut away first, and mine and I Chukuna. So there is Bomba, evening Yalena and Kitty.
Speaking earlier, the State Commissioner for Environment, Engineer Felix Odimegu, cautioned the contractors and reminded them that the state government will not hesitate to terminate the contract of any of the contractors who fails to work in line with directives.
Whatever time you need, because if I go now, the frequency of evacuation must be higher than the frequency of generation of that refuse. So at any given point in time, I can't tell you I'm not five anywhere. I'm not five also. I'm out here in the root corner. I'm out here in the gutter. You got that? Then they will here straight from there. Dump site will be very close. They go here. They put here to dump site immediately. They have to wear there. So that if I am not going to die, we're easy.
On their parts, the State Commissioner for Petroleum and Mineral Resources, Barrister Tony Ifanya, and Transition Committee Chairman for Idemili North Local Government Area, Chief Chuks Brown Ibanua, reminded the contractors that their jobs will be strictly monitored as the administration of Professor Soludo is serious about the project and expressed hope that the contractors will deliver on their mandate. Some of the contractors, including Chief Emeka Asimonye, popularly known as Dikedi Oramma, and Chief Nnabuenyi Ucheokpala, thanked the state government for deeming it fit to partner them in the cleanliness project and assured to improve on their services and work in synergy with the state government.
Primary obligation so I won't say we'll try the best of our even beyond your own expectation. So I have some people to always be quite motivated to go.
From Government House in Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
In order to ensure that youths are taking part in the ongoing One Youth Two Skills training program in Anambra State are given solid funding opportunities after their exercise, the state government, through the Anambra State Small Business Agency (ASBA), is currently seeking partnership with the Bank of Industry (BOI) to achieve the objective. This was made known during a meeting between the BOI representatives and ASBA management in Oka. Correspondent Blessing Uchendo tells us more.
Addressing the BOI team, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of ASBA, Sir Clement Chukwuka, said that Governor Chukwuma Soludo is desirous of empowering the youths after the training, explaining that the state government has already mapped out 2 billion naira to that effect, while it is expected that the BOI will assist with additional 2 billion naira counterpart funding for the project. Sir Clement said that what Anambra State is looking forward to is a wholesale lending whereby the Bank of Industry will move its counterpart funding into ASBA, while the state agency will integrate the fund and manage it in line with Governor Soludo's Youth Development Master Plan. He noted that they are now waiting for a larger meeting where they will connect the Bank of Industry's management with Anambra State delegation that is into the ongoing negotiations.
He promised that they will be equipped, they'll be funded, so they can be useful to themselves and the Anambra State and Nigeria in general. And so part of the funding is what we're looking for. The state government has budgeted over 2 billion naira for them.
Speaking to the ABS after the meeting, the Southeast Regional Manager of the Bank of Industry, Mr. Gabriel Jonathan, said that the bank is Nigeria's oldest, largest, and most successful development finance institution, which exists to facilitate the transformation of Nigeria's industrial sector by providing financial and advisory support for the establishment of large, medium, and small projects and the expansion, diversification, rehabilitation, and modernization of existing enterprises. He said that the essence of the visit was to understand the ASBA model, how it operates, and its success rate, and expressed satisfaction with the performance recorded so far by the agency, and assured that they would take ASBA's request to the BOI management for final approval.
And we were very impressed with what we saw. With what we saw. So ASBA, they're doing very well. It looks like something that we can work with, absolutely.
Among the BOI delegates were the Anambra State Manager, Andrew Owome, and the Relationship Officer, Anambra State, Mr. Chuka Ukeni. In Oka, Blessing Uchendo, ABS News.
Operation Clean and Healthy Anambra Ocha Brigade has set up a 3-month disciplinary committee to fish out bad eggs among her staff. The managing director of the brigade, Comrade Celestine Anere, made this known during the monthly head count and inspection of staff fitness in the agency. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike tells us more.
Addressing the staff, Comrade Anere cautioned them against intimidating or harassing citizens of the state. He frowned at some of his staff's attitude to work and made it clear that regular inspection will commence immediately, as the agency does not tolerate ghost workers. The Ocha Brigade boss also revealed that plans are in top gear for the training and retraining of staffs. He commended the hardworking members of staff and asked others to emulate them. Comrade Anere advised them that as representatives of the state government, they are supposed to be well behaved.
The governor relies on Ocha Brigade to do a lot of things, and we must get it done. The governor has zero tolerance on incompetence.
The staff later pledged to key into the state government vision and mission and make the command proud.
The Ike Jerusalem Foundation Umawolo has embarked on free eye care treatment and outreach for the aged in the community. The event, which took place at the community, had both male and female members of the community who are above 40 years trip out in their numbers to the venue to benefit from the gesture. Correspondent Ngozi Obileri reports.
The event featured free eye screening, drug administration, surgeries, and distribution of treated eyeglasses free of cost. Speaking at the event, the benefactor and founder, Ike Jerusalem Foundation, Ambassador Henry Kafo, said that he decided to introduce the free eye care into his outreach programs because he noticed that many are suffering from one eye problem to the other, as according to him, an unhealthy person cannot be happy even if empowered. Ambassador Kafo, a United Nations ambassador, said, in line with his status, has been given empowerment empowerment to the youths, feeding the widows, the orphans, and the needy, all in a bid to lighten their burdens, noting that he will soon embark on hospital visitation to offset bills of critically ill individuals who cannot pay their bills, calling on those whom God has blessed to use their wealth to better the lots of the downtrodden.
You felt like you can, you move ahead, so the little I can is what I'm doing. That's all I know about. We're doing so many things every year. We'll be feeding the widows, the poor, and the orphanages every year. But I just included this health care this very year. And we're also going to be empowering by seeing those who are critical in the hospital. Because the next move I'm going to take is to make sure that I go to the hospitals to see those who are critical conditions are very, very high. I will support them with everything that I can to make sure that I pay their bills.
In their separate speeches, some stakeholders in the community, Mr. Martin Ekwozo and Mr. Chidebelo Onwaso, appreciated God for touching the lives of others through charity, noting that though the benefactor is a youth, he saw the need to help those who needed help, praying God to bless him abundantly.
K. Jerusalem is a youth, and I know he's not the richest, but at least the idea he brought to actually touch the lives of the pharmacists and the less privileges is actually a very great one.
Not everybody, because I believe in this village, he is not the only rich or richest man in this village. But I believe God has laid it into his heart to be of help to the needy. So it's a welcome development. Not everybody, because I believe in this village, he is not the only rich or richest man in this village. But I believe God has laid it into his heart to be of help to the needy. So it's a welcome development.
Others who also spoke at the event, Mrs. Echezona Eze and Chika Emeka, all applauded the initiative and expressed delight with the peaceful coexistence in Umawulu community. They called on the affluent in the society to emulate such gestures as a way of giving back to the society. I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
The Nigeria Immigration Service, NIS, has called on those who want to apply for their international passport, whether it is their first application or a renewal, to ensure that their data they submit matches with that on the National Identification Number, NIN. The Nigeria Immigration Service issued this piece of advice via a statement on its verified Twitter handle so as to guard against Nigerians having problems during their passport application process. The government agency in charge of border security and migration management in Nigeria also provided information on how Nigerians can confirm the accuracy of their NIN and its data. Meanwhile, the NIMC has effectively discontinued the previous NIN verification procedure, replacing it with more secure tokenized version of the same process but with a few differences. The NIN tokenization adds an extra layer of security as it protects individual data privacy through an encrypted decoded representation of the NIN. The number can be used to carry out verification rather than the individual providing the actual NIN itself. Established by the NIMC Act number 23 author 2007, the NIMC has the mandate to establish, own, operate, and maintain and manage the national identity database in Nigeria. Ghana is the first country to approve a new malaria vaccine that has been described as a world changer by the scientists who developed it. The vaccine, called R21, appears to be greatly effective in a huge contradiction to previous ventures in the same field. Ghana's drug regulators have evaluated the final trial data on the vaccine's safety and effectiveness, which is yet public, and have decided to use it. The World Health Organization, WHO, is also considering approving the vaccine. Malaria kills about 620,000 people each year, and most of the victims are young children. Trial data from preliminary studies in Burkina Faso revealed that R21 vaccine was up to 80% effective when given in 3 initial doses and a booster a year later. Ghana's Food and Drug Authority, which has seen the data, has approved the vaccines used in children aged between 5 months to 3 years old. Other African countries are also studying the data as well as the WHO. And now sports. The Confederation of African Football CAF has said Nigeria will begin the defense of Waffle B zone of the CAF Women Champion League title it won last year on August 18 in Cote d'Ivoire. The competition, which qualifies teams for the CAF Women Champions League Final Championship, was originally scheduled to hold from September 10 to 25. It will now end on September 3, 2023. Nigeria's Bayelsa Queens won the last edition of the Waffle B competition in 2022 and went ahead to take the bronze medal at the full CAF championship hosted by Morocco, beating Simba Queens 1-0 in the third-place match. According to CAF, the 7 Waffle B zone member associations are expected to present their national champions to compete for a slot in the Women's Champion League. The countries include Ghana, Niger, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Benin, Togo, and host Cote d'Ivoire. The 2023 Nigeria Women Football League NWFL season, which will produce the country's representatives in the competition, has 2 more matches to go before the title-deciding Super 6 Championship. And that's just about it on the news. But before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from anywhere in the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also go to our website, which is www.absradiotv.com. And now, the main point again. Anambra State Deputy Governor Ibezim has asked the waste contractors to stick to government directives. Anambra State government is seeking partnership with Bank of Industry on Youth Empowerment Program. Nigeria Immigration Service has said data passport application must tally with NIN. And we also told you that Ghana has become first country to approve the new malaria vaccine. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and the promotion of the core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the tax ahead. And that's it on the news at 7. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Chidima Orangwa. Good morning.